I wasn't supposed to be out here today. I was a systems analyst in Midwest, grinding hard, trying to prove myself in my first year at a new company. My boss called late Saturday night, said a client in the next town over wanted to meet, something about a small emergency and needing someone dependable. It was a Sunday. I could have said no, but I didn't. I wanted to look sharp, reliable, like someone they could count on. I've made the same drive 100 times before, a straight shot between my apartment and the neighboring town. 20-minute road through the plains, I could do it half asleep. Hell, I probably have. But that morning was different. The sky was gray, not stormy, just thick and dull. A kind of gray that swallowed light. Fog rolled in like it had been waiting for me specifically. I remember thinking it looked like something out of a dream. Or maybe a memory I didn't want to dig into. I was the only idiot outside on a cold Sunday. The weird thing is, I left at the usual time. I know I did. But the clock on the dash didn't make sense. 40 minutes in, and I was still surrounded by nothing but road. No signs, no gas stations, just pavement and fog. I assumed I did something wrong. It happens. But then I noticed the road was narrower, cracked in places, like it hadn't been maintained in years. It felt wrong, like I'd slipped into an old part of the map that no one updates anymore. I decided to just turn back. The client would understand. I wasn't panicking, not yet. I head back to where I came from. But then 30 minutes passed, then 40. Still nothing. No towns, no houses, just the same lifeless landscape, flattened cornfields, leafless trees, rusted fences, no sign of the city. That's when I really started to panic. I kept going faster, thinking maybe I missed something. Anything. But instead, I found the end of the road. I hit the brakes hard. The asphalt just stopped. Ahead of me, a muddy path my car wouldn't survive. There was nothing around, no buildings, no people, just silence. A faded green sign sat crooked by the edge of the pavement. End of the road. It was the only thing resembling civilization. That's when the anxiety really kicked in. Not full-blown panic, not yet. Just a sinking pressure in my gut. Like the air had weight to it. My phone had no service. Not a single bar. GPS couldn't lock on. Got out of the car. Nothing. So silent I could hear the wind. Then, out of nowhere, an owl landed on the sign. I hadn't seen a single living thing all morning, and suddenly this owl is just staring at me. Watching. I told myself I was overreacting. Maybe I'd just taken a wrong exit, ended up on some rural detour, nothing to freak out over. So I turned around again. Slower this time, eyes open, looking for a missed turn or familiar landmark. Nothing. Just a road that didn't want to end. A few dirt paths veered off now and then, but they led nowhere. One was barely wide enough for a bike. Another turned to gravel and vanished into fog. After what felt like hours, I spotted something. A structure breaking through the haze. My heart jumped. Civilization. Maybe. It was a diner, old-school-looking thing with a neon sign that barely buzzed. Mel's or Mac's, I couldn't tell. The letters were flickering. Several cars parked on the lot. I stepped inside. The bell above the door didn't ring. It was quiet. Not just no customers quiet. It was like the air didn't carry sound at all. Tables were set. Coffee still steamed in one cup. But there wasn't a soul in sight. The jukebox was playing something low and slow, but the melody didn't follow any logic. It looped in strange places, skipped notes. A rhythm made to unsettle. I called out. Nothing. I waited 5 minutes, 10, then left. When leaving, I gave a better look at the cars, but something was off. One of them looked like it belonged in the 1950s, chrome tail fins and all. Another had plates from the 80s. They didn't look abandoned, but they were parked there for a while. The last one was the same model as mine. They weren't locked. I looked inside each one. Nothing weird, just everyday stuff. Bags, receipts, coffee cups. I looked around again, kilometers of nothing. There was simply no place where these people could be. I felt uneasy, an urge to leave that place. Back in the car, I started driving again. Still no exits, just road. That's when I saw the car. A newer model, maybe a year or two old. It was half-jacked into a ditch, doors wide open. I slowed down, got out. The windshield was cracked from the inside. The driver's door had scratch marks. Deep, uneven, erratic. As if something had tried to pull it open from outside. Blood, fresh, not dry, painted the edge of the seat and trailed into the woods. Engine was still hot. There were shoe prints. They didn't go far. Then I heard it. A scream. Not close, not far. Just in the trees. Human. Desperate. Then another, like a response, but distorted, stretched too thin. That was enough. I ran back to the car, peeled out, drove without thinking, speeding through fog and fear. I didn't stop until my tank screamed low fuel, and the dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree. That's when I saw the gas station. It looked like it had been dropped from another time. No brand, just a rectangular block of concrete and faded signage. The lights were on, though. Flickering. I pulled in. Engine coughing, tired, hot. I sat for a moment, just breathing, trying to decide if this was salvation or just another layer of whatever trap I had fallen into. The fog crept along the ground, crawling under the pumps, swirling around the tires. I gripped the steering wheel and stared at the front doors. I started recording as soon as I got here. I don't know what will happen now. I just wanted to tell my story, in case someone finds this. In case I don't come back.